Yeah.
Hey, I sent you a text. You get it?
Um. Yeah. You want me to tell you when and what you're gonna say and shit,
I
and
just want you to give me a subject matter. If you want me to say anything specific, I can say that too.
no, I mean, this whole thing is to bring people together and everyone to believe in what we're doing. So that's what you have to say.
Right. No, that I know. But I'm talking about specific. Like when am I going to announce? Who am I going to announce, etc.
Well, wouldn't that be nice?
Well, you know that, don't you?
No,
I don't understand. Why don't you know that?
because it's just like playing a gig. You just get up there and do it. I'll have something going on, especially more of the day of the show when people start showing up and stuff. I have.
Well, no. Right now, last night you told me you were writing out cards for things you're going to say.
Oh yeah, I got cards for that.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. I need to know who I'm going to be announcing so I can at least say something about it. So I can prepare. I need to start preparing now, not the day of the show.
We'll prepare. Who are your people?
I know who my people are,
Well, then write a card for them.
but you wanted me to say other things too.
Ah, come on. You'll be able to do that. I'll tell you what to say. You're only going to say 2 or 3 sentences. Why do I gotta? Right now, I'm working on my video.
All right. Did you see that we got that working last night?
No.
Yeah, we got it all working last night.
So it's on the website.
Yeah, we got it live.
Mm-hmm.
And we got it going. We got it working.
Hmm.
All right. Well, we'll talk about this more mañana.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry. Have your little things set up for the people that you want to talk about.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, when it comes to stuff between me and you, we'll key that in.
Okay.
We may not even have any time.
I just want to know if I know who or what I have to talk about, then I can say, okay, how much do I have? 30 seconds? Bingo, I'll give you 30 seconds. If you say I have 30 minutes, then I'll give you 30 minutes.
10 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be cool.
All right.
That part I'm not worried about.
And then what time do you want that lady Sue to go?
Who?
Sue, the one that's going to get the signature and all that.
She's got the paper. She's going first thing in the morning when they open.
Okay, so do you have her phone number so I can call her?
What for?
God, what do you mean what for? I want to give her all the details so she knows exactly who to ask for, what to, everything.
Right. Text them to her. It's too late to call her now.
Okay, what's her? I'll text it to her.
Hold on.
And it's Susan or Sue?
Sue. Yeah, people go to bed at a certain time, you know.
Good.
And you're taking away my time from video with your bullshit.
That ain't bullshit.
Fuck.
Shit.
She's got the paper. She's going to go there and go to the front desk and say, sign the paper. Right?
No, that's not right. There's one person that'll be there that can sign it that I've already spoken with. That knows everything that's going on.
Sue, 650
650
452
452
9403.
9403. 650-452-9403.
Yeah, and tell her who you are because she don't have you in her contacts.
What's her last name?
Martinez.
Oh, yeah, she's the one at the meeting.
Yeah.
See, at that meeting, you should have given everybody a crew list.
Yeah.
Anyway, just saying. Talk to you later.
Okay, bye.
Bye. You guys are getting tough with him.
Drawing the manhole cover of the fire hydrant, we didn't care about what's on the next page. We cared about what's under the manhole cover and what is that fire hydrant about. And so the pictures that I got from him were the manhole cover slid aside and a vine growing up to somewhere, and a picture closer to the fire hydrant with a little door, a tiny little door on the bottom. And these were just still images that he sent me that we linked together, and we suddenly realized that we weren't doing an interactive book. We were making a world. It was one of the first entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Rich.
You see me?
Hang on.
You got to go to your email.
Oh, okay.
Go to your email, and I sent you a link.
Oh, no, just send it to my personal email. I'm not on that computer right now.
Okay, what is it?
It's Ben, B-E-N, at mlode, MLODE.net.
Okay, so now I want to go to the email and take this and hit forward. And then say Ben. D. Okay. So step one is how you.
Okay, I got your email.
And you see me on the screen, right?
Well, hold on. Yep, you do. There you are.
How many fingers? How many fingers?
I can't count that far. All right, so it looks good.
So that's from the web camera. There's three ways YouTube takes it: from your mobile phone, from the web camera, or the encoder. So now what I'm going to do is we can hang up, but I'm going to try to hook up my video camera to the encoder and then into the computer and see what happens.
Okay.
And
that sounds good.
So watch your email because I'll send you the link.
Okay.
And then I'll be up for at least another hour or so, but you could call me, or if something comes up, I'll call you back or text you.
Well, you're gonna send me an email and off we go, right?
Well, I'm gonna try to hook the camera up through the way that you were saying, with the LAN cable into my laptop.
How are you connected right now?
I'm on wireless, and I'm using my webcam, so everything's contained within my computer.
So what's going to be different about this next test you're going to do?
It's going to be, instead of my web camera on the computer, it's going to be through the actual camera.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's going to come from the camera on an HDMI cable into the encoder box, and then from the encoder box. But see, I could actually go in HDMI to HDMI. I don't even need the encoder box.
Right.
Let me try
You
that.
got an HDMI input on your computer, right?
Right. Let me try that right now. I could plug this into here.
Well, but she's going to be using the encoder, right? Doesn't she have to use the encoder or not?
Who?
Whoever's shooting with the video camera.
Well, to me, I think the encoder is to plug it in directly into a Wi-Fi router. That's what I think. But you were telling me that may not be true. It's just plug it into my LAN cable into my computer. But then why would I do that when I have HDMI to HDMI? So I'm trying that right now. Hold on a second.
Okay.
And white. And that's right here. And it's plugged in. Let's get rid of the. All right, here's the camera.
Oh, okay.
Dusty as hell. And let's see. Let's turn this thing on. Is it plugged in? No, it's not plugged in. Oh, boy. Okay. Plugged in. And there's a picture. All right. Okay, so that has a picture, and I've got the the cable plugged in, but how do I find the camera now?
Well, turn the camera on.
Yeah, it's on. It's on because the little, how you have a camera, you open up the thing, there's a little screen there. It's working.
Yeah.
And it's plugged in.
Okay, so now. Oh, wait a minute. That HDMI is an output on your computer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It don't go in and out?
I don't think so. It's an output.
I think let's go down here to settings and see what that has to say.
Sure.
Okay, now we're going to go to.
So, yeah, you need to go through that encoder, I think, because the Ethernet output is what needs to go to your computer So you had an Ethernet port on your computer last time we.
Yeah, I got one.
Well, just run Ethernet on your computer to the Ethernet output on the encoder, and let's see. Yeah, that should work. That's bidirectional.
What, the LAN?
Yeah.
What, the LAN?
Right, the LAN on your computer. You have to enable that hardwired Ethernet port and connect to the internet through that. Pretty sure. Let's see. Now, wait a minute. You have a Wi-Fi router with switch ports on it?
With, you mean little LAN ports?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't have a wire long enough, but yeah.
Well, don't worry about that. Let's just try going right to the computer.
Yeah. Okay. I gotta find a LAN cable somewhere. I got one. I just gotta find it.
Okay. Do you see me?
No.
Well, that's okay. We're just broadcasting.
Yeah. Basically, the easiest way to go onto YouTube is with your camera, webcam, and your microphone that's in your laptop.
Yeah, so basically what you had before was replacing the camera with the HDMI. Oh, let me see. I'm going to Google this.
Hey, let me try to find a LAN cable, and I'll call you right back.
Okay.
Okay, bye. Hey, so I had a what's going on?
Panel cover slid aside and a vine growing up to somewhere, and a picture closer to the fire hydrant with a little door, a tiny little door at the bottom. And these were just still images.
I was getting feedback from the phone from it going back and forth, but I stopped it because you can still see me if you have the stream on, even if we're not on the phone. So I'm talking to you, but I don't know who you are because it could be going to any YouTube anywhere. But I do know that I probably only have one person because no one else knows the link. Yeah. Okay. Found one. Okay. So the HDMI. So the HDMI from the camera is going to go into the encoder, and the LAN cable is going into the laptop. Okie dokie. Now, how do we find it? The encoder's alive. Its buttons are. I mean, its lights are flashing. Hello?
Yeah, Rich.
Yo.
Okay, so does your encoder have a USB output?
Nope.
Only has a LAN output, right?
Yeah, it's got an HDMI in and an HDMI out and a LAN cable.
Okay.
But I really believe that it's supposed to be plugged into a router.
Well, maybe. I'm trying to figure that out right now. So you're into your LAN port, right?
Right.
Wired port?
Yeah, the encoder into the LAN port. Yep.
Okay. Now is your wired LAN network connection turned on your computer in settings?
Well, go to that. Go to here.
Can't hear you.
I'm looking. Wire. So we want to go to this Wi-Fi thing, and then Ethernet.
Actually, what you want to go to is you want to go to change adapter settings.
Autoplay USB printer.id. No.
So where are you at? Are you in?
I'm in settings right now.
Okay, in settings, under status, there's a section called advanced.
I don't have status.
Well, it's the default screen when you go to network and internet.
Okay, there you go. Status, I'm there.
Okay, and then lower part there's advanced network settings.
Right.
View network adapters and change connection settings.
Gotcha.
Let's see here. So go to change adapter options.
Right.
That should show your different Ethernet connections as well as Bluetooth.
Right.
So you see Wi-Fi and it's turned on, right?
Right.
Okay, is your wired output turned on?
It says that I have an Ethernet connector on my laptop with an unidentified network.
Well, that's your. Okay. Now she needs to move that camera. I can't hear you.
This camera won't be moved.
Oh, really? Okay. So you can go to a switch port. Well, let's see. God damn, why am I so confused on this? Yeah, I think it's got to. I think you're right. It may have to go to a router. So it's thinking that network, that wired network port is thinking it's looking for a router. Yeah. So go to the router. Go to your Wi-Fi router switch port. Can you do that?
You mean by putting in 192 something? 192 dot something.
Well, no, you got to go to the. You got to put the encoder into the switch port on the router.
Oh,
And you're connected to the router with Wi-Fi, right?
right.
Okay, so go to the switch port. Go from a switch port on the router to your encoder, and then let's see. Then I think you can go to the camera.
Okay, so
Going to its IP address that the router issues.
I'm gonna hang up and move the camera over to a chair where I could get to the router and with the cable I got.
Okay, yeah, do that thing. Well, I'll just hang.
You want to do that, or you could watch me on TV? Can't you see what I do?
Yeah, I am. I'm watching it. Okay, so let's see here. I'm trying to Google this because.
Hey, this could be a good business.
What?
Having this like this, you know. If I strip, would you pay me money? I could take credit cards, swipe PayPal, have the buttons and everything. I got it going on, man.
Connecting digital intake to your Windows PC. Here we go.
Okay, do you want to stay on the phone or whatever?
Well, tell me when you're ready to go.
I'm unplugging everything right now.
Okay.
I have to unplug. I have to plug in all this other stuff. So if I take this camera, I got to unplug this, and this. Okay, here's that. Then yeah.
So I got all the articles I'm seeing here. The encoder connects to the PC with USB.
Huh. Yeah, hold on.
All right.
Yeah.
Can you, let's see, how would we do this? Can you shoot a picture of the output port? Well, what's the model and what's the manufacturer model number of that device? That
Of the encoder?
Yeah.
Hold on. It's called a full HD video encoder.
And what does it have for output? Just LAN, or does it have other forms of output like USB?
No.
It only has LAN?
Yes. And HDMI. See, look.
That's it?
Hold on, I'll show you. Are you watching?
Yeah.
It's got a little port here for the audio, HDMI in, HDMI out, and the LAN cable. That's it. And then on the other side is where you plug the power supply. And it only says this on it. That's all.
I see, okay. I got it. What are those? Wait a minute. What's that? Oh, those are HDMI.
Huh?
Those are HDMI ports, right?
Right.
Okay. All right, got it.
Okay, I'm going to plug it in.
Yeah, so that's like a computer. Okay. Son of a bitch. Let's see here. I guess we got to go through the router and then find out what IP address the router issues to it. What brand is it?
There is no brand.
Oh, really?
Yes, yeah, it's
what's
some
that
cheap.
sticker on the bottom?
Nothing. There's no markings.
Something like that.
Hold on a sec.
Video. First of all, you set up a computer where you have the computer you bring in the video into the computer, and then you have the computer convert that video signal and encode it for the I'm going to get to the output encoder inside of Wired, which is a software. To set up the encoder, you click on output settings, and we're going to switch to output to do. Once you select these two, notice there's other options you can do. You can also click on more options available. And select YouTube. Just click on then all you need to do is authenticate my YouTube account. I simply click authenticate. I log in. I select my account. It tells me that the software is allowed to manage my YouTube account, which I want to do. And then you'll notice it is now fetching active events. It is looking for the events that I have created inside of my YouTube channel. And now it shows me a list of events that I can go ahead and
without having to have a computer present for your live stream. This is extremely valuable for me and my students. When my students go to record a board of education event, they take this, the camera, and the equipment, plug in, stream live. They can also stream school sports live simply by carrying this device instead of having an entire computer, plugs, and everything else. Let me show you how to set up the video. It's very simple. I'm going to start by going to logging with my YouTube channel, and I'm going to go to the create. So I click on my live streaming tab, and I can go ahead and choose events. I'm going to create a new live event by clicking on the plus new live event button. And for this bit, I'm going to call this demo. And
Okay, we're live, I think.
everything you normally do in setting up a live stream. I'm going to go ahead and set this live stream. Deployment, so that way it doesn't stare out there like to see that we're streaming this stream. I'm going to go ahead and click on create event. So now I have my stream set up. I can even click on the now my stream is set up here. What I want to do now is connect this to that stream. In order to connect that stream, I have to first configure my venue, which is very easy. Once you follow the directions, set it up, connect to your YouTube channel. It basically remembers it, and it's very easy to connect. So if I have a student, or if I'm out and I'm setting up for a location broadcast, I make sure that we have first created our event. We're going to go ahead and set up everything. We're going to set up the encoder, the camera, and connect it to me. So this is what I recommend. So I recommend always having extension cord if you want, but plug in power. Make sure
I found the book.
Yeah, I'm watching a video on how to run an encoder.
The rest right inside that, you can slide this on to your camera's mount, shoe mount. Just like that. It slides on. You can tighten it down. Then you need to plug in your internet. This has an Ethernet jack. It does work off Wi-Fi, but I do not recommend using Wi-Fi, as video streaming over Wi-Fi is never as predictable as it is over streaming over Ethernet. So we're going to plug it into an active Ethernet port. And it's as simple as plugging in the Ethernet cable. I recommend taking a piece of small gap tape and just taping it loosely on the edge of the camera so it has a little bit of slack in it. You're going to take an HDMI cable that came with it. Now this is a miniature one. You can use a larger one if you need to. And you simply plug one end of the HDMI into the encoder. And the other end into your camera's out. Make sure that your camera's turned on and plugged in. You can attach a microphone, a shotgun microphone, if you are recording. You can also attach to the venue's audio using the XLR inputs. Now, once you have everything plugged in, because we've already set up our stream online, and we've already connected the video to the internet, it's very simple. All we have to do is we turn on the switch to turn on the power, which is right here. Now, when it turns on power, you can see lights light up. It shows up here. Turning on does take a couple of minutes for the encoder to get set up and going. So I recommend doing this before the beginning of your event. That way you're not scrambling to get it running. Sometimes it takes about 5 minutes. So we're going to go ahead and let this sit until it turns on. So once it turns on, it says check, let's get you online, checking the internet setting. So it basically is checking that Ethernet to make sure the internet's working. So now it says it's checking all the settings to make sure it's good. It says it's okay. It's checking for firmware updates. Now, if you're doing this on the day of a shoot, I don't recommend a firmware update unless you know it's a good one. I'm going to go ahead and skip this for right now. Now there are push buttons here that I simply push in, and they will skip. The reason I don't recommend upgrading on the day of a shoot is in case the upgrade alters something that makes it so that you cannot do what you want it to do. That becomes very frustrating. What I recommend is finishing the event and before your next event, upgrading, making sure that everything is set. Now what it's doing is it's loading and it's getting our YouTube channel that we have previously set up. So now that I have this set up, because I've gone through the steps and the directions to set this up to my YouTube channel, I can find events. I press this button where it says menu. I go to broadcast settings, and here it says platform YouTube Live. It tells me the quality. I can change that if I want to change it by pressing the menu. And notice I can change it here. I'm going to keep it at 720p. And this is a push button, and it's like a joystick that you can go down. So it gives me all of these options. We don't need to worry about those now. I'm going to push to the left to go back to my broadcast. And now it says I'm going to YouTube Live. The next thing, it has EV. That's short for event. So I can press the button. And it says to choose a new or existing. If I choose a new, I can start streaming right from a new one. But because I have created this previously in YouTube, I'm going to press it so that I can choose an existing event. It takes it a moment, and it takes me to the different events. And here you can see my event that says Demo Encoder. So I have the Demo Encoder selected. I press the button. It applies the event. So when I'm ready to begin, I press the red button. And it says start broadcast, yes or no. And I want to start the broadcast. So I press yes. Now it says, do you want to start in preview or live? If you set this to preview, it'll send a preview of the video to YouTube, where later you can change it to live. In this case, I'm just going to go straight to live. So I press the button. Notice it says starting. If I press it again, it's already started. It says stop the broadcast. If I do that, it will stop the broadcast entirely. I don't want to do that because I accidentally pressed it. So I just go, and now it says live. Now it'll take about a minute's worth of time for my live stream to connect to my stream that I had previously created. And you can see my live stream that I set up is automatically connecting. Also, remember to always open your Let's app when you're recording, otherwise you'll get a nice blank screen. This is going to have a slight delay on YouTube from what you're getting to here. And now you can see I have the video that is streaming live from this encoder. It's a very simple setup, and it's much easier to set up using an encoder, portable encoder like this, than to lug a full computer that's doing the same thing. But this is a very powerful tool that can make life a lot easier when you're trying to stream an event. And instead of having to lug the computer, you can set up everything on this encoder. Now, the other thing that we have used this encoder box for, which has become very valuable, is not just to stream, let's say, on camera. Let's say we do bring it onto the computer. We set up multiple cameras. We have them all running inside of Wirecast. But Wirecast, let's say, is showing us that our CPU percentage is really high, and it's redlining, or it's really running the processor very high. To reduce strain on our processor, if we're running multiple cameras and our CPU is processing very high, we can actually plug in to our HDMI out of our Mac. We can plug that same cord into the video. And this will now send the video signal from the Mac to the video. And inside of Wirecast or inside of your program, you can also have an output where it says external display out. We simply change this to Teradek, and this will allow the Teradek to get the video signal that is coming out from our application. And so here you can actually see the Mac desktop is outputting from here to the encoder, and it's streaming live to the internet. In just a moment, it should update with the view that I have, which is right here from my program. Do you recommend you set this up before streaming, just to make sure that everything is correct? In order to stream live video on the internet, you need to have a video encoder.
Hey, Rich,
Yeah.
you don't have a brand of that encoder, and is there any buttons on the encoder?
There is a reset button that you have to stick a little paper clip in.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm looking at it. Came with a little booklet I'm looking at right now.
Yeah, I think we need some software.
It did. So I plugged it in like it told me to. I reset it like it told me to, and I put in 192.168.1.168, and like it told me to, and it said I would get a control panel.
Well, hold on. Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, that encoder is like a computer. It needs to plug into the router. And then that feed then needs to link up to some sort of, what platform are you using? Are you used YouTube to broadcast out or what?
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you have to go into YouTube and set up an event to look for that encoder. And then the encoder, somehow you have to interface with the encoder to get it to look to YouTube as its output target. So where'd you